Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah. I am a sophomore at Yale University and today I'm doing a bullet journal spread walkthrough and also kind of a stationery haul. The video clips that you just saw was my stationery haul from Stationery Pal, and they were so nice to reach out to me and offer some supplies for this video, and I am so grateful because I needed some stationery. All of my pens were running low and my highlighters and whatnot, and yeah, so I needed some for back to school, and Stationery Pal has great community service. Has great customer service and their products are super affordable. So everything that I'll be using in this video is linked in the description box below. And yeah, so basically I'm just going to use the stationery and some of the stuff that I've had in my bullet journal walkthrough spread for the month of August, and it is super simple. Anyone can literally anyone can make a bullet journal, and I think everyone should because it's a great way to have a creative outlet but also like stay organized, and so I really enjoy it. And as you'll see, my bullet journal is nothing extraordinary like some other YouTubers have, and I think that it shouldn't have to be. It's just how you express your creativity and how you want to organize, you know, your life in an agenda. But yeah, so you'll see my spread for the month of August, and I'm just starting to plan more as I'm getting into the school year, and I'm super excited to take you along with all of my back to school stuff and to go back to school super soon, to go back to university super soon. And yeah, I hope that you guys take some inspiration from this video and that you like how I do my layout and stuff, and just that you enjoy this video. So thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe to stay up with my back to school stuff and also to see more of my life at Yale University. Super cool. And I hope you enjoy it, and so without further ado, onto the video. This is my bullet journal for the 2021 summer, fall, and winter. And I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough showing you how I've used it in the past. It's not anything too crazy, and honestly, I don't care about it being messy. I just kind of make it how I want to be at the time. And it is a place for me to jot down all the things I have to do, and if I cared about it looking perfect, you know, I wouldn't get the things I have to do done. And so I want to show you in this video that anyone can have a bullet journal, and I think it's a great way to get your creative juices flowing, to have a creative outlet, and yeah, that's one of my creative outlets that I have. And so this is my August spread, and I recently got a box of goodies, a box of stationery from Stationery Pal, and honestly they just have amazing service and like so many things that you can order from their site, which is super cool and super affordable. And so I'm just putting together a spread with like a bunch of stuff that I got from them, and I really loved it, especially this black like sticky note paper. It's so cute, and I've always wanted to have like a white pen and some black background, and so this was perfect time to use it. Even though it's August and it's summer, I was really going for those like, I don't know, kind of academia vibes. We're going back to college soon. Well, I'm going back to college soon. Those like, yeah, I don't know, academia-ish vibes. And so my goal for this was to like have like a frame art gallery type of thing. And so at the top I wrote the important things that I have to do, and at the bottom I wrote my monthly goals. And then on to writing what month it was. I was going for a vintage vibe, so I looked up on Google just some, vintage fonts, and this Victorian font came up, and I really liked it. I tried my best to copy the vibe, the aesthetic that it had, and I think that it ended up looking pretty well. So you just let me know what y'all think. And of course, with things like this, I usually use pencil first and then go over it with a pen to make it look more clean. Okay, does anyone else think like stationery sounds or I don't know, school sounds are kind of satisfying? Like erasing this honestly kind of sounded satisfying to me, so that's why I put it in. I hope I'm not the only one. Okay, so to give it a little more pizzazz, or to I don't know, lighten it up a bit because it was very black, I wanted to add some green, but I didn't know exactly where to put it. Oh, and by the way, this Tombow pen that I used for the black, it definitely bleeds. Just a warning. But I added some green, so I colored the August part in green and then wrote a little, put a little line around the sticky notes to make that green as well. And then the little Victorian font I looked up had some more dimension in it, and it had these white lines, so I added those too. And yeah, this is the final look. I honestly love it. I think the green tied everything together and it looks beautiful. So the next part of my journal that I was going to do was writing my books and my habits and YouTube planning section, I suppose. And so I wanted to tie it into the first little spread thing that I did with the month. And that's what I always try to do. Oh, and by the way, I'm referencing these scales that I had in the front of my bullet journal to be able to tell how many things I needed to count in order to do a certain spread, how many little dots I needed to count, so I don't have to count the whole line, the whole row, the whole column every single time. But yeah. And yeah, so this is my book spread. I kind of messed up here by not centering the word books. Also, I forgot to write that I was gonna have an S in the word books, so it I almost messed up the whole thing, but then I ended up just adding a book per week, so it looked like I meant to do that. There was still a big little space at the bottom, but I just dealt with it. It's not going to be perfect. It's life. Whatever. And I hope to read at least 3 books before this month is over. So I put 3 there. It's kind of ambitious because the books I read, I have a lot of thoughts about them, so I take a long time. But yeah, and then I added these little circles for a little more pizzazz too. I guess I like that word today. But yeah, and then I drew a giant Y in that Victorian style again for my YouTube planning page. And I thought it would be cool. I don't know, I was just kind of going with the flow while I was doing this whole thing. And I didn't bother to do the rest in the Victorian font because it honestly took a long time. And again, with me thinking that these sounds are satisfying, anyone else, please let me know. But I just really liked the sound of the marker, like, coloring in the Y. I don't know. And so I want to add more texture again, and these Rosy Posy stickers were great for that. So you just cut them out and then you stick them on, and they're amazing to add, you know, this green like leaf texture. Yeah, the brand name was Rosy Posy, and they just have like a bunch of different types of stickers and different types of packs. So this pack was really useful for the like academia aesthetic I was going for. And I also decided to add brown because my whole like aesthetic is brown and green and orangey colors, so I needed brown. Like, it had to be a little bit of brown. And honestly, like, okay, I had no clue what I was doing with this habit tracker, like, no clue at all. I'm not super obsessed with tracking my habits, but I do like a broad, like, knowledge of like what I have been doing, and if I've been keeping track with the things that I want to, but I don't like going super intense about like every single day type of thing. So I just made the name of what habit I'm doing, why I'm doing it to like keep me motivated kind of, and this other like huge bar, which basically I think I'm just gonna fill it in like rows, and half the row is like half the month, and then if I make it the full row, then I did it the full month, and then just kind of estimate it. But here's the final look, and I'm super happy with it. I think it turned out cute. And here's an example of my old books to read. But on to the next part. I wanted to write my class schedule so I have a place for it. I don't have to write it again. And I kind of just wanted to remember what my schedule was. So I decided to have more of this paper frame theme going. I thought it tied everything in. It was a little different than the rest of the spreads that I did, but I still enjoyed it. It's a little, like, spice it up a little bit, I don't know. But for the scheduling, I really went rogue because I kind of messed up, and then I was just like, whatever, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna make it like this border thing, and I was doing it straight pen, like I didn't even have pencil. It was so crazy. I know, rebel. But yeah, and the lines, I don't care, they're wiggly. I think it's a vibe. I think it's an aesthetic, so I like it. And then, it takes me a second to, like, conceptualize how to write the numbers of the time and, like, space it out all nice. So that took me a bit, and I just skipped through that. And, then I was just blocking out my classes like this, like I do on my GCal. And that's why I don't have a monthly spread, because I put most of my stuff on my GCal, and then GCal is Google Calendar, I'm sorry. But, I put my stuff on my Google Calendar, and then I don't put it in my bullet journal because I just have a lot of stuff that I'm always doing. And then finally on the other side, I put like I color coded it, and I put information like the professor, where the class is, what time, when the midterms final's going to be, and I'm going to fill it out later. And I think it's like a good little hub for all of my classes, so I don't have to like look it up on the internet like every single time. I could just have it with me if I need to look at it easily. And this is the final product. So happy I don't have Friday classes. I am literally so excited for that. But I think it looks cute. It's definitely a little different than my other spreads in this August spread. And my last page was my first week of August page. So I do weekly pages, but not monthly. Again, as I said, like I use my Google Calendar mainly because it's just easier. It's just how I like it more. But I do enjoy like writing down kind of, events that I have for the day, so I can like easily look at it, or like writing down to-do list on paper. I don't really like writing down to-do list on my phone. Like I find that I get distracted and I just go on like other apps. But if it's on paper, I like filling it out, like checking it off, filling in the little dot that I make. But again, I'm adding texture, and I was super indecisive with this whole texture adding thing, but I wanted it to be cohesive, and I wanted to use kind of stuff that I had already cut out, so I didn't waste anything. I'm just cutting off the edges, making it all nice and neat, and then adding the dates. And today, as I am recording this, it is August 2nd, and I think I got use out of it today, and I really liked it. But here's the final look. And that is all. That is my bullet journal for this August.